Hello, Barn Gang, and welcome to this month's travels. This month, we are headed to our 41st state, the state of Montana. Montana is a landlocked state in the Mountain West subregion of the western United States. It is bordered by Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and the Canadian provinces of Alberta, British Columbia, and Saskatchewan. Its capital is Helena, while the most populous city is Billings. Most of Montana first came under American sovereignty with the Louisiana Purchase and was explored by the Lewis and Clark expedition. Fur trappers followed and were the main economic activity in the area until gold was discovered in 1852. The ensuing gold rush, along with the passage of the Homestead Acts in 1862, brought large numbers of American settlers to Montana. Its economy is primarily based on agriculture, including ranching and cereal grain farming. The first gold discovered in Montana was at Gold Creek near present-day Garrison in 1852. The gold rush in the region commenced in earnest starting in 1862. A series of major mineral discoveries in the western part of the state found gold, silver, copper, lead, and coal, and later oil, which attracted tens of thousands of miners to the area. The richest of all gold placer diggings was discovered at Alder Gulch, where the town of Virginia City was established. As settlers began populating Montana from the 1850s through the 1870s, disputes with Native Americans ensued, primarily over land ownership and control. The first U.S. Army post established in Montana was Camp Cook in 1866, on the Missouri River, to protect steamboat traffic to Fort Benton. More than a dozen additional military outposts were established in the state. Pressure over land ownership and control increased due to discoveries of gold in various parts of Montana. Major battles occurred, the most notable were the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Simultaneously with these conflicts, bison, a keystone species and the primary protein source that Native people had survived on for many centuries, were being destroyed. Experts estimate that around 13 million bison roamed Montana in 1870. In 1875, General Philip Sheridan pleaded to a joint session of Congress to authorize the slaughtering of bison herds to deprive Native people of their source of food. By 1884, commercial hunting had brought bison to the verge of extinction. Only about 325 bison remained in the entire United States. The Homestead Act of 1862 provided free land to settlers who could claim and prove up 160 acres of federal land. Montana did not see a large influx of immigrants from this act because 160 acres were usually insufficient to support a family in the arid territory. The Desert Land Act of 1877 was passed to allow settlement of arid lands in Montana to settlers for a fee of 25 cents per acre and a promise to irrigate the land. After 3 years, a fee of $1 per acre would be paid, and the settler would own the land. An economic depression began in Montana after World War I and lasted through the Great Depression until the beginning of World War II. This caused great hardship for farmers, ranchers, and miners. Montana joined the Union on November 8, 1889, as our 41st state. The state bird is the western meadowlark. The state tree is the ponderosa pine. And Montana's state flower is the bitterroot. A very important invention that came out of Montana was the first heart monitor. A few famous people that you may know also call Montana home is Jeff Bridges, Patrick Duffy, who you may remember from the TV show Dallas, and Carroll O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker in the TV show All in the Family. Here is a few interesting facts about the state of Montana. Did you know that Montana was the first state to send the first woman to Congress? And that Yellowstone National Park was the first national park in the country? Well, Barn Gang, that's a wrap on this month's travels. Keep those bags packed and be ready for next month's adventure to our next state.